Welcome. This is the Senior Safety Advice Podcast, and we are so glad that you've made it to a calmer corner of your day. Here, we focus on real solutions, practical help, and the kind of encouragement we could all use a little more of. So let's get to it.
Most people stop drinking water in the winter, and they don't even realize it. Cold weather tricks the body into thinking it's not thirsty, and for older adults, this can cause real health problems. Today, I'm going to explain why hydration still matters in the winter, the early signs of dehydration you don't want to miss, and simple ways to help aging parents stay hydrated without nagging or micromanaging. These little habits make a big difference for safety, strength, and overall health. All right, let's dive in. Winter hydration is one of those topics people roll their eyes at until there's a problem. Okay, so I think now is a good time to talk a bit about why hydration matters so much in the winter. First, your body loses water even when you're not sweating. Cold air pulls moisture from your skin and lungs. Every breath you take in cold weather carries water out of your body. If you're inside with the heater running, the air is even drier. Second, thirst signals weaken with age. Older adults often say, "I'm not thirsty." But that doesn't mean their body doesn't need water. It just means the internal alarm system isn't working as well as it used to. Third, dehydration worsens winter health issues. Low fluid levels can make dizziness worse, balance weaker, blood pressure drop, memory foggier, constipation more painful, infections more likely. You have to know that dehydration can even increase fall risk. And fall risk is already higher in the winter because of slippery steps and improper shoes. Remember, if you're going out in the snow and ice, it's important to wear cleats on your shoes. Anyway, hydration during colder weather matters a lot more than most people think. Now let's talk about the sneaky signs of winter dehydration. These are easy to miss because they look like everyday aging. Dry mouth or sticky saliva, fatigue or low energy, headaches, confusion or brain fog, muscle cramps, dark urine, feeling dizzy when standing up, constipation, irritability or mood swings. When I see two or more of these, I start thinking, okay, let's get some fluids on board. So whether you're an older person or a family member of an older person listening to this, how can you help to stay hydrated? And what if that older person pushes back or forgets? Here are the strategies I've seen work again and again. 1. Warm drinks count. If cold water feels unappealing in winter, heat things up. Try herbal tea, the warm lemon water, broth, decaf coffee, low sodium soup. Most anyone will often drink more when the drink feels comforting. 2. Offer drinks throughout the day, not all at once. A lot of older adults don't like drinking large amounts at one time. I know that I don't. This is usually because they worry about rushing to the bathroom. Smaller sips spread out over the day work better. Even 2 ounces every hour adds up. 3. Add flavor without adding sugar. Fruit slices or a splash of juice can make water more appealing. Favorites I've seen: lemon, lime, orange, mint leaves, frozen berries. It makes the drink feel fresh and more fun. 4. Use foods with a high water content. Hydration doesn't have to come only from a bottle or glass. Winter-friendly options include oatmeal, yogurt, oranges, eat applesauce, soups, stews. This is especially good for parents who don't love drinking water. 5. Place water within easy reach. If the glass is across the room, they won't drink it. Make it easy to get to. Put water next to their chair, on the nightstand, near medication, by the TV, in the kitchen. Make it impossible to miss. 6. Pair drinking water with a routine. This is one of my favorite tips. Drink a small amount after brushing teeth, before taking meds, when turning on the morning news, before going to bed. After using the bathroom, routines stick better than reminders. 7. Watch the caffeine. Caffeine isn't the enemy, but too much can act as a diuretic. If your parent drinks several cups of coffee a day, add at least 1 cup of water for balance. 8. Use a hydration bottle they actually like. Older adults prefer simple bottles or cups, not giant complicated ones. Look for I'm lightweight, easy grip, easy open lids, clear measurement marks. A simple cup is often better than a fancy gadget. 9. Follow the 2-hour rule before outings. If you know you're leaving the house, encourage hydrating a couple hours beforehand. That gives time to use the bathroom before you go, and it helps avoid dizziness when you're out in the cold. Okay, so now that we've gone over those tips, let's also talk about what not to do. I'm talking about the things that don't help. 1, nagging or lecturing. This shuts people down. No one wants to feel scolded. 2, forcing large amounts at once. It backfires. Slow, steady sipping works better. 3, saying, but you should be thirsty. They're not. And arguing with biology never wins. 4, comparing them to younger people. This feels dismissive and can make someone defensive. 5, assuming clear urine means they're hydrated. Winter dehydration can be sneaky and inconsistent. Focus on the whole picture, not one sign. Here's something I want you to remember. Hydration isn't about gallons of water. It's about supporting the body so your parent feels steady, clear, and comfortable. I always tell families, if your parent is drinking more than yesterday, you're already winning. Progress, not perfection. And honestly, hydration is one of the simplest safety changes you can make. It sets yourself or your parent up for better balance, fewer bathroom issues, better skin, stronger mood, and clearer thinking all winter long. Tiny sips add up to big benefits. As we wrap up today's episode, take a moment to think about one small change you can make in your day. Just one. That's all it takes to make winter a little safer. Thank you for joining me today. If this episode brought a little calm to your day, share it with someone you care about. Maybe someone who could use a reminder to pause and reflect. You'll find more gentle reflections and resources for seniors and caregivers at seniorsafetyadvice.com. And come back tomorrow for another daily moment of calm, guidance, and encouragement, right here on the Senior Safety Advice podcast. Until next time, take care of yourself and the ones you love.
This podcast is part of our mission to help older adults live safely and independently. If you'd like to take the next step, visit aginginplacedirectory.com, where you'll find specialists, helpful resources, and inspiration to make every home your place to thrive.